Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can't. I'll turn the mic up a little bit. See if we can get anybody else to join us here. Hello, Brandon, Carl, Francois. You see cat. Yeah. You're probably going to see a lot of those. That's Tinkerbell, by the way. Stinker. Oh, thank you, Francois. Hey, Stinker. So as everybody can tell, I'm in my bedroom, so you're probably going to see a lot of cats. There's Nobby. Come here. Here's Navi. She's my floofy one. Come here. I don't know if you guys can hear her bitching in the background. Tinkerbell's loving up my microphone. There's Navi. She absolutely detests being held, so. Oh. Tink. So, wow, there's a bit of a delay. So hopefully everybody's doing okay. I'm still here, contrary to popular belief. I am not dead yet. Although I feel that way sometimes. Tucker! Here comes Tucker. Tuck. Come here. Come here. Oh, God. Oh. Whoa. Okay, okay. This is Tucker, by the way. He's a little pissed. He doesn't like the other cats. And he just hissed into the microphone. Okay, Grumpy. Oh my God. He's actually a very sweet cat, but he does not like the other cats at all. So, well, just kind of hoping a couple more people will join us. So, just want to let everybody know I'm not dead yet. I have not streamed anything because I have no place to stream. Unfortunately, my sister had to move in with me right before Thanksgiving. No, right after Thanksgiving. So my sister moved in with me right after Thanksgiving, and she unfortunately took up my second bedroom. So I have no place to stream. I have no place to work on anything. You know, I'm stuck in my bedroom now. So I used to have this is my main computer, my Mac Pro. I used to have this in my dining room all set up and everything, and now I'm stuck in my bedroom here. So, uh, but I do have a couple of things I'm going to try to do here. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? So, unfortunately, I only have two computers set up. I have this one, and then I have my laptop, my Alienware, which is mostly play games on. So, what, Tucker? You grumpy? Why are you grumpy? Yeah. So what I'm going to try to do sometime this year, depending on finances, is I'm actually going to try to build a small addition onto my trailer. Um, I have a very large covered porch um, that I think I'm going to try to enclose at least most of it and kind of make a place out there to not only store my stuff, but to work on it as well and maybe move my computers and stuff out there. I hate having my computers in my bedroom. So, um, so I'd like to enclose the bulk of my porch, finish it, and put some climate control out there and whatnot to have a place to work. So, but that's going to, of course, depend on finances. So we'll see what happens. It's already partially enclosed, so I just basically have to finish it, and I'm gonna have to put flooring and walls, stuff like that up, and get some kind of climate control out there. So, but that's probably gonna take a while. So until that happens, you know, kind of stuck here. Oh yes, cats are supervising. I got three of them right here. Well, four of them, count Navi. She's over by the door. So, no shortage of cats in this house, as most people know. So, since March is approaching, and Steve kindly reminded me that Marcintosh is coming, I actually do have a project in the pipeline. Um, I'm going to get back into running a BBS. And yes, I do mean a BBS like in the 1980s and 1990s BBS. Um, I was a BBS operator many, many moons ago. Ran it on a IBM PS2 Model 80, actually. And it was rather successful. It was a free BBS. I didn't, it was just a hobby thing. But, I had good call volume and everything back in the days. And then, of course, as all things happen, the internet took over. And then back in about, I think 2008 or 9, um, I revived it using a different piece of software that worked under Windows and over Telnet and whatnot. And unfortunately, when we moved here, I took it offline and just never brought it back up. So that was 2012. So now we're in 2026. Now I've been talking to a friend of mine in Washington. He's a sysop. He's had his BBS online for about 20 years now, and he helped me a lot with my old system. But yeah, so Synchronet, the software I used in the 2000s, they now have a Linux version, and so I got this brainy idea that maybe I could bring my Quad G5 in here and set it up, install Linux on it, and run a Synchronet BBS off of a Quad G5 computer. And so I have that idea floating around, and I'd really like to at least try it. I don't know if it's going to work or not. There's plenty of choices for Linux for a Power PC, so I think it can be done if I can compile the binaries to run on a Power PC. Then I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't run. So I'd like to try that. I'd like to get back into it. I miss doing it. You know, And Synchronet's a very active piece of software. It's still being readily developed by the original developer who made it back in the 80s. Still going very strong. There's still a lot of BBSs online. So, but, me and my geekery, I want to try to give it a unique spin. Anybody can do it with Windows, but I want to see if I can do it with PowerPC. So, um, and of course, for anybody who's in the area, VCF East is coming up in April. Of course, I will be going to that. I'll be there with Steve and Sean again, as always. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be bringing. It's probably going to be very light because most of my stuff is in storage and packed up at the moment. So, I mean, I literally have floor-to-ceiling boxes filling my shed here. I can't find anything worth a shit. So, here's Tucker. Hey, Tucker. Hey, Eric. So, I'm not gonna make it to Midwest this year, but I would like to try to do it next year. Um, it's kind of screwed up with the whole scheduling thing at work. So, yeah. So, well, all my stuff is in my shed. I do have a shed attached to the house here, which is part of what I'd like to extend, and that needs to be redone. The whole floors and everything need to be redone in there, but I'd like to extend that to take up the entire porch eventually. That'll give me storage. That'll give me a place to have my computer set up and a place to work and stream from, without, you know, being bothered and, whatever. So, because, I mean, I'm obviously not doing much from in my bedroom. My bedroom's barely big enough for everything I got here now. So, yeah. I mean, everything, ooh, excuse me. Ooh, everything out there is neatly done. It's just there's no labeled box. There's no rhyme or reason to what's in each box. It's just, basically, I had to do everything. I had like 3 weeks to pack everything up in like half my house and shove it in that room. So, yeah, it kind of sucked. So, but yeah, so that's my plan there. But yeah, this month I'd like to see if I can get Linux running on the G5, the quad I have, and see if I can get Synchronet running on it and get a BBS online with it, and that'll give me something to tinker with, and I can put the computer down here on the floor and it's out of the way, and I mean, it'll suck juice like new, like it's going out of style, but it is what it is. Other than that, there's not really anything else in the pipeline at the moment. Because, excuse me. Once again, no room to really work on anything. So, um, I said I am going to VCF East this year. Um, I'm really trying to see about going to Midwest next year. Um, I gotta do logistics planning and everything else with Steve and Sean, and find out what's going on and see if we can split costs and everything, so I can afford it. And then I have to figure out how I'm going to get there. Um, I can't see me driving my Chevy Spark from Pennsylvania to Illinois. Um, I'd probably be dead before I even got out of Pennsylvania. Um, that car is just way too small for that long of a drive. I'm not even sure how I'm going to make it to New Jersey in the Spark, because unfortunately my Pontiac is broken. So it'll be interesting. So, but I basically wanted to let everybody know I am not dead. So, Oh yeah, I'm sure she would just love to geek out for 3 days. Not. I mean, I could just steal her van, but I can't do that because that would leave her here without a car. Because her husband can't drive a stick. So if I had the Pontiac, I could do that. Well, if I had the Pontiac, I'd just drive the Pontiac. But not to mention, it would cost me a fortune to put gas in a damn thing. So, but it is on my radar. I do want to do it at least once in my life. I just gotta, I gotta do planning and everything else. So, and yeah, basically, my boss told us that if we didn't have our vacations planned by like the middle of February this year, we weren't getting vacation. So, luckily, VCF East was planned ahead and far enough ahead. I mean, we knew like beginning of the year when VCF East was. They don't even have VCF Midwest planned yet. So I mean, I can't even take off time for it. So because my boss is a dick. So you know, so I'm just taking my usual April vacation for VCF East, and then shortly thereafter, there's also going to be a swap meet at System Source in Baltimore, well, Hunt Valley. I will be there for at least one day of that. I imagine Sean will probably be there too. He usually comes at least one day. So, hi, Jim. So, I'll be there for that. Um, I don't know if I'll be selling or just perusing. So, I haven't gotten that far yet. I might try to unload some stuff. Try to eliminate some of the stuff that's kind of been building up that I'm never going to do anything with. But we'll see how that goes. So, as for what I'm taking to VCF East, I have no idea at the moment. I haven't even I haven't even thought that far ahead, which I should because that's like a little over a month away. I might take my iMac like I usually do because that's readily available. I know where that is. And I was also thinking about taking my portable PS2 with me. Um, loading it up with some games so people could play Doom in glorious orange and black plasma in its splendor. Hey, Tink. We don't think. So, but that's yeah, that's really about all that's going on. So, hey, stinker. Oh, oh, hi. She hates being held too. Okay, jeez. Tigger's over here keeping watch on me. Uh, Other than that, I mean, nothing else is really going on. I mean, I've been working. I started a new job back in October, and job's fine, pays okay. Boss is a dick, the usual. So, and let's see here. Since then, let's see here. My car blew up. I hit a deer twice in my Spark. Um, I got a headlight and a watch spot. Hey, hey, what are you guys doing? Knock it off. Oh, you're bad. Tigger's fighting with Tucker. Here's Tigger. Here's Tigger. Everybody knows Tigger. What? G6. '06 Pontiac G6. So yeah, I got to get that fixed because I really miss that car. I love that car. It's a piece of junk, but I love it. I hit a deer in that too this year. It's been a bad deer season this year for me. I'm almost 50 years old. I've been driving most of my life, and I've only ever hit one deer before this, and that was back in like 2000. And it was just I just grazed him, you know. The last one I nailed full force and launched it about 20 feet. Luckily, it didn't do that much damage to my car. So, because driving a little Korean tin can around, it doesn't take much abuse. So, but actually, it fared really well. I'm surprised. It took out a bumper, headlight, and my washer bottle. So, and I was able to actually get OEM GM parts pretty cheap for it. So thankfully, because I work at a car dealership. I work at a Ford dealer, but we have a GMC Buick dealer right across the street, so they can get me GM parts, so I can use my employee discount, which is nice. So, you know, but yeah, so my car blew up. I hit two deer in the Spark. My sister moved in with me, and yeah, it's been fun to say the least. So, but we're surviving. So, cats are finally back to normal, more or less. I mean, they're still idiots, but I don't have normal cats. So, that's about all that's been going on here. So, I just realized it's been like October since I streamed last. I didn't realize it'd been that long, but that makes sense because, you know, starting in November is about the time when I start tearing everything down in my studios, my work area. So, but I'll get back to it here, hopefully sooner rather than later. So, my brother said he'll come over and help me do the addition on my house. So, I just got to get the materials. That's about all. I mean, not really much to say. I just wanted to drop in quick and tell everybody I'm still alive. So, uh, I picked a kind of bad time to stream, I think. Not too many people are here, so. Hey, there's Sean. He finally showed up. I only told him like an hour ago I was doing this. I told Steve too, and he's like, you know, he's like, okay, I'll be there. And I haven't seen him yet. Hey, Sean, what's going on? Where's my video? I was just telling everybody we're gonna have shenanigans going on in April. So, and you're just telling Windows 98 on things, which is a very important task. Oh my god, that's terrifying. So Sean's rubbing off on me a little too much here. He's making me install Linux on everything. The bastard. Unfortunately, Linux did not work terribly well on my laptop. So, um, yeah, yeah, I kind of figured that. This was kind of unplanned, Eric. I just decided I was like, oh my god, I really should just let everybody know I'm still alive, because I hadn't streamed since October. It's been 5 months since I streamed something. So, I really wanted to let everybody know I'm not dead. I feel dead sometimes, but I'm really not dead. So, I just can't do much. So, but Anyway, like I was saying, so Sean's kind of making me install Linux on everything, which is fine. I like Linux. Um, you know, but I tried it on my laptop and it sucked. Let me tell you, it sucked. It sucked balls. No matter what I tried, I could not get anything to cooperate with the GPU in there properly. And yeah, so that wasn't a good thing. Um, so I ended up going back to Windows 10. Yes, 10, not 11, 10. Um, because I don't give a fuck about security updates and crap. It's my gaming laptop. So they can hack into it all they want. There's nothing on there worthwhile. So, um, so yeah, I went back to Windows 10 on it, and yeah, it's working fine again. Unfortunately, NVIDIA support under Linux is not the best, and I'm finding out that newer cards are well supported. RTXs are well supported, but GTXs are not. Um, and that's what I have. I have a GTX 1060 in this laptop. It's an older model, obviously. So yeah, unfortunately, I went back to Windows. Um, but I am still planning on building a Linux gaming desktop here in the future. I'm slowly collecting pieces for it here and there. Um, so yeah, that's the only Windows machine I have, Eric. So, and like I said, I did try to go to Linux, but unfortunately, games did not want to cooperate. I mean, they ran ridiculously slow, and the GPU just, yeah, the support's just not there. So, but I am building a Linux gaming machine. Um, I'm building it out of a Ryzen 5, an AM4 machine. So it's not going to be the most up to date thing, but I think it'll hold just fine. It's a Ryzen 5 5500X. Um, I just actually right now, thanks to my brother, the last piece I'm going to need is going to be a motherboard. So I already have one picked out. I just got to pay for it. So yeah, well, I mean, I technically dropped Windows when Windows 7 was end of life. That's when I actually switched back to Mac. Actually, that's when I switched to Mac full time. I've always had Macs, but Macs have always been like my secondary machine. Windows has always been my primary thing. When Microsoft announced end of life for Windows 7, I was like, yeah, fuck this. I said, I'm going to Mac. And I've been on it Mac ever since. You know, I'm still using the same Mac Pro I got back in 2017 from Jay. To 2009 Mac Pro. I mean, I've upgraded the living crap out of it. I don't think there's the only original pieces left in this thing. I think are the main board and the power supply. And yeah, I'm running Sequoia on it. It's starting to get a little sluggish, but I mean, it's still working just fine. I mean, I'm streaming from it now, and it's working fine. So, I mean, it gets a little sluggish sometimes on YouTube, but I mean, it's not anything terrible. I can live with it. It's not a gaming machine or anything like that. That's what I have the laptop for. So, you know, but I am building a full blown Linux PC for gaming. So, and I'm probably going to start out with an RX 580 and then go to something better as, money allows. Probably like a 2060 or something like that eventually. So I don't need the high end shit. But yeah, macOS 8.1 was pretty good. I like 7.6 myself. I rated 7.6 for eons. I was still running 7.6 when freaking 9 was out. Probably because I was still running 68K machines. I never really used 8 very much. I went almost directly from 7.6 to 9. I didn't really dig into 8 very much. I did use 8.5 on a couple of machines and 8.6 a little bit, but yeah, I never really got into 8. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it works fine. Just wasn't one of those things. So, but, so that's about it. Not really much else to say. So, 8.6 is your daily driver? That's terrifying. I assume you're still programming, Eric? Oh, that's cool, Carl. Well, if you do, give me a heads up. And, make a spot for you. You're always welcome to stop in, say hi, and if you need a place to crash. Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out, Eric. I knew you've been working on that for a while. Wasn't sure if you were still working on that or if you'd actually gotten. That's how long it's been. I've been out of the loop. I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore. So, kind of crazy. Old 2005 Sienna. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with those old Toyota vans. Those things are good. So on that note, I think I'm going to call it a night here. I just like I said, this was mainly just a hey, how's everybody doing thing. So I'm going to call it there and probably torture my cat some more because my entire desk is filled with cats right now. Tigger and Tinker. Yeah, it's good to see you guys too. So hopefully we can all, keep in touch. Like I said, I'll be at VCF East this year. Um, I'm hoping to make it to VCF Midwest next year. And so I got to get logistics planned out and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to cut my vacation for VCF East down so I can do Midwest. So well, we'll see. Oh, excuse me. We'll see how things go. Oh my God, I don't know where the hell that came from. So it was nice seeing all you guys again. So hopefully we'll connect here in the near future and go from there. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon.